Alright students, in this video we're going to be covering how to do a chi-square. Now chi-square is very similar to the other two videos we looked at, but the difference is a chi-square uses a variable that only has a dichotomous response. So it only has two responses, so a yes or a no, something like that. Where the ANOVA or the t-test used continuous variables, so variables that had a number of responses, your 1 through 5, those sorts of things. So, in order to do a chi-square, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be going up here to Analyze. We're going to go down to Descriptive Statistics and go to Crosstabs. Now, usually this is going to be much smaller like this, so as always I stretch it out just to see what I'm doing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our rows and columns. So what we're going to look at is whether the participant's condition, how the condition and their response to oral number 2, or our second oral question, which is their willingness to respond to the study now, which was yes or no, relate to each other, whether there are significant differences within those groups. So, we have our condition, we have our columns. We also need to click on a few extra things. So, over here, I need you to click on Statistics. You're going to want to click on Statistics, and you want to click on chi-square and phi and Kramer's V. These are the two clicks we want here. Then click Continue. And then, under Cells, we want to click Observed and click Row, Total, and Column. And once all that's done, click OK, and then click OK. And now we get our results page. So this first little table, you don't really need to worry about that too much. It just really tells you what your data set looks like. We have 140 people. One of those is missing its data. So that's basically it. Doesn't really matter for us. This is the first breakdown, and this is those rows we clicked on. We said we wanted rows and columns. So what you can see is the differences in each condition and how they answered yes and no. So for condition 1, you can see that everyone answered yes, that they'd be willing to respond now, and no one answered no. Where in condition 2, it was more split. 68 said yes, 31 said no, and in condition 3, it skewed again more heavily to the yeses than the nos. But now that we can see their differences, are they significant? For that, we have to go down to our third table, which is the chi-square test. And what we're looking for is this first line, this Pearson's chi-square. We're looking to see if it's statistically significant. If it is, then we can interpret these values. These just kind of give us an effect size strength, so it lets us know that yes, this is significant. But in order to really interpret this, we need to go down to our fourth table, our systematic measures table, and this is going to give us the results of that phi and Kramer's V test we asked for. And what that's looking for is, again, we're going to look to see if that's significant, and if it is, it's going to give us a specific strength effect size. And what this tells us is exactly how strong the differences are. Now, generally, an effect size of 0.1 is small, of 0.3 is medium, and 0.5 is large, and they run from 0 to 1. We have an effect size here on this data of 0.395, which would be right between a moderate and a large effect size. So there is, one could say, a moderate to large difference in responses to the question of, is the participant willing to respond now in our groups? For more information on how to write up the proper results section using a chi-square test, please refer to Module 2, Chapter 4, Lab PowerPoint. And it's going to give you a great breakdown of how you want to write that out in your actual results section for your paper. Thank you, and any other questions, please email me.